The DRAM ETF hit $10 billion in assets faster than any ETF in history, and that's not a small detail. Institutional money, retail money, and everyone in between flooded into this fund in the weeks after it launched. The speed of that capital accumulation tells you something really important. Not necessarily that it's a good buy right now, but that's a lot of people believe in this theme that it's all built around. Look, I don't own DRAM, but when something moves this fast and this much capital follows it, it deserves an honest look at what it is and why it has gotten so much attention, and whether buying it today at these levels even makes sense, or whether the easy money has already been made. Here's what DRAM actually is and why it's generating so much attention, okay? The Round Hill Memory ETF launched on April 2nd, 2026, less than 3 months ago as of this recording. It holds approximately 24 companies, all focused specifically on memory semiconductors. The 3 largest positions, SK Hynix, Micron Technology, and Samsung Electronics, which together represent roughly 55% of the fund. The rest of the holdings are other memory adjacent companies, including like SanDisk and stuff like that. The 0.65% expense ratio is reasonable for a specialized sector fund. The fund is non-diversified, meaning it doesn't have to spread holdings broadly, which explains the heavy concentration in the top 3 names I told you. The theme driving the fund: AI systems require enormous amounts of memory, right? Every large language model, every inference engine, every data center running AI workloads needs high bandwidth memory, specifically the kind of chips that SK Hynix, Micron, Samsung produce. The demand has created what many are calling a multi-year AI memory supercycle. The fund went from launch to 10 billion in assets at the fastest pace ever, okay? By early July 2026, it had grown to from approximately 13 to 25 billion in AUM, depending on share price. The stock traded as high as 81 during the period and pulled back to 65 to 70 range as of early July. But here's the framework that I use to evaluate a specialized sector ETF that's moved significantly since literally a few months back. There are 2 separate questions that people often combine into one. Is the underlying theme valid, and is the current price a good entry point? The theme question is almost certainly yes. AI infrastructure build-out requires memory, okay? High bandwidth memory is a bottleneck that has been well documented. We know this. The companies in this fund, Micron, Samsung, are the primary manufacturers of the chips that every major AI application needs. The AI memory demand story, for show, is real. But a valid theme and a good entry price are not the same thing. An ETF that launched at $26 and ran to 81 before pulling back to 66 had already priced in a substantial amount of good news. Buying at 66 is not the buying the same thing as 26. The upside from here depends on whether the AI memory demand story continues to exceed current expectations, not whether it's a good story at all. That's the distinction most people miss when they see a hot ETF and wonder whether they're too late for it. Also, let's talk about the concentration risk, right? In plain terms, DRAM is a focused fund by design. The top 10 holdings represent 92% of the assets. 3 companies that I've mentioned already represent more than half of this entire fund. This isn't a problem if those 3 companies perform well, obviously, but it means the fund has essentially no diversification from a single company, risk perspective, right? If SK Hynix has a bad quarter, if Micron misses on guidance, if Samsung faces, competitive pressure, the fund is gonna move, okay? For comparison, a broad semiconductor or ETF like SOXX holds 30 plus companies with more balance weighting. DRAM's return in a bull market is higher than SOXX because concentration amplifies gains. DRAM's return in a bear market would be lower than SOXX for that same exact reason. This isn't a reason to avoid it. It's a reason to size any position appropriately. If someone puts 100 grand into DRAM as their only tech exposure, they've effectively made a concentrated bet on 3 memory chip companies. That's a different risk profile than adding DRAM as a 5 to 10% allocation in your diversified portfolio. Let's talk about the price discovery. And here's the harder question for someone looking at DRAM today, right? The fund launched at approximately $26 and peaked at 81. A 3x move in roughly 2 or 3 months. It's now pulled back to like 65, 70. That pullback could mean the easy money is done and the market is digesting the move. Or it could mean it's an entry point before the next leg higher if AI memory demand continues accelerating. Memory semiconductors are notoriously cyclical. The same companies that see massive demand during AI build-out phases can see demand destruction when data center spending, let's say, cools or supply catches up with demand. The fund is priced at a premium to earnings valuation of approximately 37 times earnings. Not cheap for companies in a cyclical industry. The bull case though, AI infrastructure spending continues continues for years. HBM, demand stays constrained. Memory companies sustain pricing power, and DRAM's concentrated exposure to that theme continues to deliver, right? We'll talk about the bear case. Supply catches up faster than expected. Consumer memory prices fall sharply. Companies miss earnings guidance, and the fund retraces significantly from its current level. So is it too late? Here's the direct answer to the question in the title, right? It depends entirely on your conviction about the multi-year AI memory demand thesis and your ability to hold through significant volatility. The fund has already pulled back a lot from its highs. Whether 65 to 70 is too late depends on whether you believe in the fund tests 40 again or goes to 100. For a long-term investor, adding DRAM as a thematic position in a portfolio where it represents 5 to 10% of total equity exposure, alongside broad market positions in the SPY and QQQ. Current price is neither obviously too late nor obviously a screaming opportunity. It's a fair price for a concentrated bet on a real theme. For someone who sees the 3x return from launch and wants to chase it with a large position, the risk profile is very different. Chasing recent performance in concentrated sector ETFs is how investors get hurt, buying near the peak and holding through a correction. But here's my honest take on all this. DRAM is a well-constructed fund and a genuinely important theme. The AI memory demand story, it's real. The three companies it's concentrated in are, the primary beneficiaries of that demand. The expense ratio is reasonable too. The fund has options available for those who, want to generate covered call income. Very popular to run the real strategy on these positions as well. The concerns are equally real though. High concentration, cyclical industry dynamics, and evaluation that reflects significant optimism about the AI build-out. And a chart that has already made a dramatic move from its launch. For portfolio context, DRAM fits as as an allocation, a small allocation rather than a core position. It amplifies exposure to the AI infrastructure theme in a specific way that broad market ETFs don't provide. Sized appropriately as a satellite position rather than a centerpiece. It makes sense for investors with genuine conviction in the memory semiconductor cycle, okay? Sized as a large concentrated bet based on recent price movement, that's a different conversation, okay? So I got some questions for you guys as always in that comment section. Number one, are you currently holding DRAM or watching it? And is your position sized as a small allocation or as a larger conviction bet on the AI memory cycle? I would love to hear that. Number two, does the 3x move from launch change how you think about entering now, or do you view the pullback, from 81 to 65 as a potential opportunity? Let us know down below in the comment section. And if you're a beginner just getting started with all this, you're definitely going to want to attend the ARC Option Strategy Workshop. 90 minutes long. You get my 15 favorite stocks under $30, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade lock template just for attending that training. You'll find it as the first link in the description of today's video, guys. As always, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.